Hello everybody. So in this video, I'm going to be discussing how to do linear regression in Rguroo. So let me go ahead and share my screen and we'll get started. All right, so this is the first example we're going to do. So we're going to create a scatter plot, find the correlation coefficient, and find the linear regression equation for the advertising money spent and profit relationship. So let's go ahead and go to Blackboard and get started here and download the data set. So in Blackboard, you should see sections 12.2.3 and 12.1.2 downloadable data sets. So I'm going to go ahead and download the data set for advertising money and profit. I don't need to open it, I just need to download it. And then I'm going to go to Rguroo. I'm going to go to Data, Data Import, and Import Data Set. I'm going to choose the file here from my Downloads folder. There it is. And then remember this header thing here. So if there's a title on the first line, then you want to say that there's a header in the first line. If there wasn't a title in the first line, you would say no header. However, all the ones that I give you are going to have that title in the first line, but you should on the homework double check that there is a title in the first line. And then you're going to hit upload. And there is our data set. So now to make the scatter plot, we're going to go under plots, create plot, and scatter plot. I'm going to select my data set. And then I'm going to select my X and Y variable. So my X variable was advertising money. My Y variable was profit. The X variable is always the left column. The Y variable is always the right column. So we can refer back to the original table to see that. We can also think of it as advertising money impacts profit, not the other way around. So X should always impact Y. And then going back to here, the only other thing I need to do is check LS line and show correlation in LS equation. Then I'm going to hit the eyeball. And so here's my scatter plot. And if you want to copy this image and put it like in a project or something, you would right click and hit copy image. And this information at the top here gives me, so this R value right here, that's my correlation coefficient. And then this right here is my line of best fit or my least squares regression line. So if I want to write that, like in like y equals mx plus b notation, so like the normal equation of a line. So profit was my y, so I can write this as, so technically it's y hat, so y with like this caret on top, or I can show you what that actually means on the PowerPoint, but I'll show you when I go back. So y equals 0.59766 plus 1.175 times x, which is the advertising money spent. You could also write that as y equals 1.175x plus 0.59766, which just writes it in traditional y equals mx plus b form. And then now you can use it. The only thing is that this would have like a caret on top, which I think I can just add actually with the pen here. So this should have like a caret on top. That's not a very good caret. Hold on. Let me undo here. Try to write a better caret. Should have like a caret on top like this. And then I can write one here too real quick. There we go. So that's how it should look. So it should, y hat means prediction of y. It's not the actual y value. It's a prediction for the y value. All right, so that is our first example. And if you wanted to save it, you could, of course, give it a title here and hit Save As. So I'm going to go ahead and stop my share, and then we'll go to our next example. So our second example is right here. Oops. Here it is. So this is the relationship between the age of a used car and the price of the car in dollars. So age is X, price is Y. The age of the car would impact the price, not the other way around. X impacts Y. And so we're going to do the same exact thing here. So let me go ahead and stop my share and go back to Blackboard here and download the data set. All right, so going back to Blackboard, I want to download the car age and price data set. And then I want to go back to Rguroo, so I'm just going to close this out here. To delete a data set, you can right click on it and hit delete. So I'm going to import that new data set. So data import, import data set. Choose the file from my downloads folder here. So car age and price. And then there is a title on the first line, like all the data sets I give you have. Hit upload. There's the data set. And then create plot, scatter plot. Select the data set. Select the X and Y, which is age and price. And then check LS line and show correlation in LS equation. Hit the eyeball. So once again, this R value is our correlation coefficient. And then this up here is our linear regression equation, or our least squares regression line, or our line of best fit, whatever you want to call it. And so writing this algebraically out here with Y's and X's, this would be, so price was our Y value, so technically it's Y hat. I'll add the hat in a second. So Y equals 19776 minus 1297.7 times X, which is age. Or you could write it as Y equals. So make sure when you're switching this into like proper Y equals mx plus b form, this is also fine, but if you just want to write it like more formally in Y equals mx plus b, you can. Just make sure that you carry the signs with you. So the negative is going to carry here with the 1297.7. Just make sure you get your signs correct there. So that's the other way you could write in proper Y equals mx plus b form. And then just remember that it is Y hat. So you want to put the little like caret thing on top here. And once again, if you wanted to save it, you could save it here. Otherwise, you could just close it out when you're finished with it. And that's pretty much it. I am going to remind you real quick how you can, let me get rid of this here. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Let me stop my share for a second so that it gets rid of the other text. I'll go back to it here. What I wanted to show you was, I wanted to show you how you remind you how to download the datasets on the Newton homework. So this is the Newton homework here. So let me preview it so I can show you. This one. Let me go to this objective. Okay, so you would hit download CSV and then follow the same process on the homework. And that is it. So that is linear regression in Rguroo. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out.